Welcome back. In this next dark story, we will be talking about the top haunted town in Texas called Jefferson. Let's get ready to explore the dark history, demonic, supernatural, and chilling mysteries in this town. Don't forget to like, share, and please subscribe. Jefferson, Texas looks peaceful in daylight. Brick streets, antique shops, old porches, soft curtains glowing inside bed and breakfast windows. But after dark, the whole town seems to change its breathing. This is the B&B Capital of Texas, but locals and ghost hunters know another name for it. One of the most haunted small towns in the state. In the 1800s, Jefferson was a powerful river port fed by Big Cypress Bayou, where steamboats carried money, cotton, travelers, sickness, secrets, and death through the town like blood through a vein. Then the water dropped, the steamboats vanished, the railroad passed it by, and Jefferson's golden age died almost overnight. That is where the horror begins. Because towns that lose their future sometimes cling to the dead. At night, the preserved homes do not feel preserved, they feel occupied. Windows stare from the blackness, balconies sag like tired shoulders. And if you stand alone on Austin Street long enough, the silence begins to sound crowded, as if the town is full of people who never understood they were supposed to leave. The Grove, built in 1861, is one of Jefferson's most chilling houses, not because it screams, but because it watches visitors and owners have reported disembodied footsteps. Unexplained voices, objects moving when no one touched them, sudden odors drifting through sealed rooms, and apparitions that appear and vanish like the house is remembering them out loud. Some stories speak of shadow shapes moving across the property, figures seen in the garden, and an old presence that does not feel human at all. The worst kind of haunting is not the white sheet ghost at the end of the hall. It is the intelligent kind. The kind that waits until the house is quiet, learns the pattern of your steps, then walks behind you, one pace slower. At the Grove, the darkness has been described less like a visitor and more like a resident. Something in that house seems to press against the walls from the inside. Something listens from rooms that should be empty. And when the floorboards answer with slow footsteps in the dead hours of morning, the fear is not that someone is walking towards you. It is that something has always been walking there, and you are the one who finally heard it. Then there is the Jefferson Palace Hotel, formerly known as the Jefferson Hotel. Built in 1851 and wrapped in a history so layered, it feels less like a building and more like a trap. It has been described as a place of antiques, strange rooms, themed spaces, and a haunted past with a book of the dead, where guests record paranormal encounters. Guests and investigators have reported disembodied voices, knocking, flickering lights, objects moving, shadowy figures, and doors locking from the inside. Some speak of a long-coated vanishing man who appears too solid to be a ghost until he slips through a closed door. Others tell of rooms where the air turns thick, where mirrors seem wrong, where the telephone rings though nobody is calling, and where a locked room feels less like protection and more like a cage. Is it demonic? There is no verified proof of that. But the darkest reports describe something more aggressive than a simple ghost. A presence that toys with people, isolates them, mimics normal sounds, and waits until fear has filled the room before it makes itself known. That is the kind of haunting that feels hungry.
Jefferson's darkness does not stop at hotels and old houses. The town is tied to one of Texas's most infamous tragedies, the 1877 Diamond Bessie murder case. A woman known as Bessie Moore arrived with Abraham Rothschild under false names, vanished into the fog near Big Cypress Creek, and was later found dead near a twisted oak. The trial became legendary. The case remained surrounded by rumors, and the wound it left in Jefferson never fully closed. That is what makes the town's ghost stories feel so powerful. The hauntings are not floating above history, they are rooted in it. Every porch, cemetery path, hotel staircase, and old room seems to carry a piece of unfinished business. The Excelsior House has its own ghost lore. The Khan Hotel leans into its haunted reputation. Ghost tours still move through the streets, telling visitors where to look, where not to stand too long, and which windows sometimes show faces after closing time. Jefferson does not feel haunted by one spirit. It feels haunted by accumulation, by grief stacked on commerce, violence buried under tourism, and voices pressed into the wood until the whole town became a recorder for the dead. So when people call Jefferson beautiful, they are not wrong. That is what makes it terrifying. Evil does not always live in ruins. Sometimes it hides behind lace curtains, polished stair rails, framed portraits, and breakfast served on white plates beneath chandeliers. In Jefferson, the horror is quiet enough to rent a room beside you. It waits in the hallway while you unpack. It lets you laugh at the ghost stories over dinner. Then, sometime after midnight, the building settles, the street empties, the air turns cold, and the phone rings in a room no one is inside. A door clicks shut. A mirror clouds over from breath that is not yours. Footsteps cross the ceiling above you, even though you are on the top floor. And from somewhere deep inside the old river town, beneath the hotels, beneath the grove, beneath the bed and breakfast charm, something ancient and resentful opens its eyes. Jefferson does not just remember its dead, it keeps them. And if you sleep there long enough, you may wake to the sound of the town whispering your name, like it has already made room for you. Thank you for your continued support. Please subscribe, like, and share. Your support helps motivate us to keep bringing you more true haunted stories, terrifying legends, and chilling paranormal mysteries.